today's travelers, they're coming to learn something, to gain an experience. So we have that opportunity to share the stories of our kupuna. And when I'm saying our kupuna, I'm saying our ancestors. Because many of the mo'olelo or stars are passed down through us. And in my years of being in this industry, what I've learned is that they want to learn.
We're not an extinct culture or a dying culture. We're a living, thriving, evolving culture over here. And we want to share that with the rest of the world.
It gives me great pride to say I've been born and raised in Hawaii. I have generations of kupuna of ancestors, and we still have our aina kupuna, our lands that were passed down from our generations and generations. One of our aina is 183 years. It's been in our family. Yeah, we're rooted in our culture, and with culture understanding, it just gives me that opportunity to educate. Here at the Royal Lahaina Resort, but this is where Namia Hawaii, things that are Hawaiian, are going to be offered within this space. And Papa'olelo Hawaii, which is our Hawaiian language, lauhala weaving, ukulele classes, lei making, things that are Hawaiian that they understand and that are very popular today. It is a very special place, and many may know that many of our ali'is, this is where they lived. This is where a lot of the culture events or historical events happen. Like right behind me, Pu'ukeka'a. Today we have an opportunity to reteach people these places, sacred places to us. We call it by their names, by their proper name. In Kaanapali is to malama and care for their place. So yes, Kaanapali has a lot of history.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel for 50 years already has been identified as what we call Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel. And there's a lot of things that go into earning that title. And I think the most important part for this hotel was that making sure our employees and our guests are versed in the culture, the history, traditional practices, and even the language, so that our guests get that sense when they come over here that they feel like they're actually in Hawaii and not in some resort that could be located anywhere else on the planet. This wa'a is the flagship of our operation, Halehuaka'i. We get to take people in our time machine, take them back in time, show them what it's like to treat our channels as not gaps between islands, but streets between the islands, and what it takes to launch a 480-pound vessel. We see that every time we take a family out, especially, that they get out of the canoe and they're even closer as a family, because when you get into a canoe like this, if you're not working together, you're not going anywhere. Every step of the construction of a canoe, there is a spiritual component to it, because we look at the canoe transitioning from something, a tree on the mountain, to a living entity on the water. There's a lot of etiquettes that are involved with paddling. For one thing, like you see the wa'a sitting on the sand like this, we never will play around this wa'a. We never sit on it or treat it as furniture. We never fight around it. We never use curse words around the wa'a, because we treat it like a kupuna, like our grandparent. It's right there. It's teaching us, it's making us stronger. And all the messages that I share out on the water with them about our culture, our history, about our natural resources, and how Hawaiians cared for the islands. All of those little messages they feel like they learned. So that's like immediate gratification.
I've sat with guests for hours. We call it mo'olelo, or just time to talk story. And they just get so amazed. You know, like I would tell my team, people coming to Hawaii, we don't know what their life is like, but we have an opportunity to share aloha with them. To share aloha with them. Many of them may save their whole life savings to be here. In their minds, they have this visual of Hawaii. So we get to complete that visual of Hawaii for them. Our guests, when they travel, they want to learn something from our native peoples. So that's our commitment: sustainability, sustaining our people, sustaining our native people. The luau makes it so special is we talk about the history of Lahaina. We celebrate the history of Lahaina in our dances. So we have kahiko. Kahiko is our ancient dances. And then we have our hula awana. Awana is more of our modern dances. And then of course we cannot forget about our Polynesian cousins. So we do visit the islands of Tahiti, Samoa, and New Zealand. We close it out with a fire night dance. That's always like so popular. People are just waiting for the fire night dance. Something that is always passed down by my kupuna is to love one another, because one love to another, we can just make the whole world such a better place. Sometimes we don't know what people are going through in that season of their life, and even a simple aloha may just brighten up their day. I always tell this to my children and my grandchildren, is you're never alone. You behave with aloha.